YouTube, ¿qué está pasando? Welcome to Syphonline for another week of All the Way Live right here on the SilentRisings. This week we decided to keep a lot of things in-house because we had a lot of studio work to catch up on and a lot of post-production that needs to get worked on for the Turn Me Up video you guys saw last week. So instead, we decided to give you guys a chance to get to know us a little bit more this week through a little Q&A segment that we put together for you guys. And a little video segment that is long overdue because me and Jess, we're gamers too. We like to play video games, and with all the shit that's been going down, we haven't had no love for the Xbox lately. But we're going to give it some love today. Special shout out to mine's most popular pick of the week. This week it's Mariví La Rockera. She is an awesome talent on YouTube. I actually know her from high school. She is beautiful, has a great voice, has an incredible touch for design. She does fashion, she makes clothes. It's fucking awesome. You need to check her out. You need to show her some love and leave some comments. Because trust me when I say that you're not going to regret it. Go check that out. So without further ado, let's kick this shit.
Yeah, bitch!
So you guys have finally started to leave us some comments, some questions, enough so that finally we can implement a Q&A section. So let's get to a couple of questions you guys have had for us here recently. First question asks, where did you and Jess meet? Well, if you watched the first episode, you would have known it was Winter Park High School.
Yeah.
But nah, all seriousness, yeah, Winter Park High School, probably around what, like 97 maybe?
97, yeah.
Not to tell our age.
Yeah, late 97.
In the NJROTC program.
Yes.
That's right, for those who don't know what that is, it's like this high school little military type thing they got going on. It just gives you a glimpse into what that's all about. Ours was Navy.
That's
Navy.
right.
Next question. Was there a particular event in school that drew you into making music?
No, not actually. I've been involved with music since as long as I can remember. Before I really even knew what music was, I've been, interested in playing keyboard, playing sax. I pretty much just grew up in music, and of course, just in my later years, as I got more involved in the hip hop and stuff like that, I went more in that route into just rapping and making beats, producing, stuff like that, until we got to this level where we at now.
Yeah, I'd say there wasn't a particular event, so to speak, that drew me into making music, but there is one incident that kind of stood out that my brother actually reminded me of the other day, and it was around 10th grade. I was really getting into hip-hop, and one day in English class we had to go over some poems, and one of the poems was the Casey at the Bat poem. I went over the poem, I recited it in my head in class, but I was like rapping it in my head. And I went home that day and I told my brother about it, and I told him, hey, I think I could do this rap stuff. And I rapped the poem for him, and he was pretty impressed. So if there was any event in school that kind of marked a turning point, for me it was probably that one. Just a regular old poem and a little boom bap in my head, and next thing you know, I'm making a rap out of somebody else's poem. And that kind of was the starting point, in a way. And for our third and final question, we have, what made you decide to create original music instead of doing cover songs?
It's hip-hop.
You would look pretty stupid doing hip-hop and doing nothing but covers. It's not like rock where you could make a name, I guess, for yourself doing cover songs for rock bands, You can't exactly go around rapping Snoop Dogg's all day and get gigs at the club.
No.
I think the closest thing, me and Jess were discussing this earlier actually, in my opinion, the closest thing to cover songs these days is these remix songs you have on mixtapes, which was cool back in the 90s and stuff. It had its own charisma to it, I could say, because it was more of an artist kind of like really showing out, trying to prove how much better he could have made that song.
Right.
But now all you hear is people remixing any popular song that comes out, you know. You have Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow was a perfect example. You had everybody remixing that song and putting their own little colors into it. And I consider that closest to cover songs these days, just because, you know, a lot of people, not only do they use the same production, obviously, but they're using the same rhyme schemes.
Right.
And a lot of time they're just plugging in words, you know. And that's cool, you know, it's cool to give homage and to do remixes like that. But me personally, I find it much more exciting to create your own music, to actually build stuff from scratch and take thoughts and views from your own life and put your own cadence, your own melody, you know, your own swagger to it and make it your own. To me, I find that much more difficult, but at the end, much more fulfilling. And any artist, in my opinion, would be much more satisfied producing their own work than biting somebody else's, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing better than, you know, starting from the beginning of a song and creating everything from the concept to the music to everything. You know, that's something that we do constantly throughout the years. That's, you know, what we really worked on was getting the music part right, working how to, you know, figuring out how to make the beats sound right and how to get our vocals to sound right on the tracks. We're keeping it simple, but we're still putting a lot of thought into every song and, you know, every production that we do. Okay?
And on that note, though, we going remixing all of our fucking songs now.
Yeah, nigga. The fuck, man.
So, as promised, we about to get into some video game shit. It's been long overdue. Damn, I'm about to bust Jess ass in some NCAA football 2011. Oh, but it don't matter, he can't beat me anyways. I know you've been waiting on, what, Skyrim, right?
Yeah, that's Skyrim, man. I'm a big fan of the Elder Scrolls series. Right now I'm actually playing Dragon Age 2, so I'm trying to get that. It's like a never-ending game, it's not stopping.
So how long you been playing that Dragon Age?
Oh shit, man, I've been playing that Dragon Age, wow, since like the beginning of this year. So like since I think February, March, man, you know how it goes. There'll be so many different periods where you don't play for like 3-4 weeks, getting all this music stuff ready, was working on a lot of stuff, you know how that goes. But yeah, man, it's kind of hard to find that time to just sit down and play some games for like 6 hours straight till your ass go numb, just doing it up.
Oh yeah!
But as soon as I'm done with that shit, I'm moving on to Skyrim. I know this man be beating ass on World of Warcraft. Let me know about that shit, man.
I'll be humble about it, you know. I does my thing, you know. I started playing that a minute ago.
Ass on that shit, nigga. I be watching that shit.
Yeah, he be coming in every once in a while, catch me. You know, we're supposed to be working on something, and I sneak off and get on the rep palette for a little bit, bust some ass.
Yeah, you already know about Contra. Contra was my shit. I still remember that code to this day. Up, up, down, down, left, right, VA start. You don't know about that, man. Come on.
Oh! What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
What games, like, growing up, do you think, like, fucking made you want to really get into gaming and shit?
Oh, man. I mean, since the start, I was always a big fan of Mario, even though to this day, I still have not beat Mario 1. I don't know what the deal is with that shit. I just cannot beat that game. But all the Marios I'm a big fan of, especially the Zeldas. That's when I really started getting into, you know, RPG games and stuff like that. When it came out on Super Nintendo, that was my shit. Back in the day, they were just like good games, but of course, when you look at them now, they're crap compared to the graphics that they have these days.
Well, Mario, to start off with, that Nintendo shit. I mean, I think that's everybody's beginner game. You know, I'm happy that it feels kind of awkward growing up and seeing it evolve, you know what I mean? Kind of like, by the time kids that are kids nowadays come up, you know, for them, that's just the way it is. Man. Alright, y'all, man, he's getting in my ass right now, so we're gonna have to cut this short so I can really get into this gaming. I'm not gonna let this man beat me. But thanks for tuning in. Like always, check out Lively Productions. This week he's busting some DK ass. And I know there's a big community out there that be hating on DKs, so y'all should enjoy that. Peace. came on one of the